Oh, that's a wonderful pass through. It's Maksimovic, and surely that's the winning goal for Serbia.
This year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup was an historic moment for Serbia, a first international football title as an independent nation. Their 2-1 win in the final against Brazil was seen as something of a shock across the rest of the world.
I think that game was so important for us, as it marked the beginning of a new generation in our country, a truly historic moment. As a one-off game, the final itself, hopefully winning that title can be the spark that we need in our society and sport. Hopefully it sets the standard of what we need to do to be successful, to be united as a team, to respond when questions are asked of us on the pitch. And it's not just about football. These standards show us how to behave and how to represent the culture of our country.
For some, the prospect of facing Brazil in a World Cup final might have been too much to handle. But for Paunovic and his talented young side, it was just what they wanted.
The final was the game that we had all dreamt about. And to play against Brazil in a World Cup, in the final, the decisive game itself, was special. We're all admirers of the Brazilian style of play, their talent, their interpretation of the game. There were some outstanding moments. It was so inspirational to watch that at one point, we, as coaches, looked at each other and said, congratulations to one another, just saying, what a final, what a game.
Paunovic retired as a player in 2012 and was soon snapped up by the Serbian FA to coach the national under-18 side. It was here that his work began, in pursuit of this year's Under-20 world title.
Of course, in the beginning, the first thing I wanted to do was to get to know this generation, to see what kind of talent we had in that age group. And, after a few months of working with the players, they confirmed what I expected, that we have a big pool of talent. We realised that it was this age group who could be the first squad to play as Serbia in a World Cup in 3 years' time, and we said, let that be our target. From day one, when we had the guys together, we started working on their mentality. This is one area that you really need time for, and you really have to work on. As well as training for technical and tactical things, you also need to make sure that you prepare mentally. It was clear to me that we had an outstanding team. I knew that if we could develop as a side, then we would have a great chance to be successful at the World Cup. Because I knew what a good team we had, I said to my wife, look, book your ticket home for after the final, and I will see you in Belgrade.
It's been a troubled start to European Championship qualifying for the senior team, who are now struggling to make it to France 2016. The development of the next generation of Serbian stars has been drawn more sharply into focus.
There is a point in the transition from junior to senior football in which certain values are lost, and with such a problem, there needs to be a project to solve it. I think now we deal in a more positive environment than we have ever done before. We have a new generation of players who are used to the systems that we have in place. Because of that, I think when these guys are ready for the first team, when it's their turn to compete and represent their country at the very top level, they will show the values that they are being taught.
The FIFA Under-20 World Cup was a tournament to change perceptions and enhance reputations. And at just 37, these appear to be exciting times for one young coach.
I certainly see myself as a senior professional coach and someone that now has some recognition. I see myself mainly as someone who is helping the players and the team fulfill all of their potential and talent, but to make sure they also enjoy it. My goal is to help as many people and teams as I can, and hopefully continue to produce and coach more champions.